Murs was down on his luck when he decided to have a third and final attempt at getting on the X Factor. 3 years later, and with a lot of hard graft, he is at the top of his game with a glittering showbiz career. Our spinny boy.
I enjoyed it actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I was going to take my top off like Daniel Craig.
Oh, now you We're going to get you back on again if you say things like that. Are you quite confident about your body?
Do you know, I was actually talking. No, I'm not actually. I used to be about 2 or 3 years ago, but I know it sounds silly, but I got papped recently when I was on a beach on holiday, and I had this big old gut. I was over Christmas. I was eating lots of food and. I'm not bothered normally about taking my top off, but when I looked at the picture and saw me with my gut out, I was a bit
And that's not an age
actually.
thing, is it? Because you're only, what, 28?
28, yeah.
You know, and people think, oh, for goodness sake. But at any age, if you see a photograph of yourself where you're not feeling too great, are you going to, you're going to do anything about it, mister?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
But it's only baby fat. It's puppy fat.
Anything.
Where is it?
I can't.
It's nothing.
Sorry, ladies. Perhaps have got a lot to ask for, haven't they?
Yeah, no, but it's gone. Do you know what? I say I'd probably never take my top off, but I'm sure I will eventually at some point.
Well, you were naked once for a shoot, weren't you?
Done it many times.
How did that happen then?
Well, I did it for Heat magazine. I actually said if I got a #1 record, I'd do it, and I thought there was no chance of me getting a #1. And then obviously 3 or 4 weeks later, I was like, damn it, I need to get to the gym. So yeah.
Now you've got this book out, Happy Days.
Yes.
Happy Days. Shirley, 28.
That looks like James Dean.
It does look like very like James Dean. Are you not worried that people will be saying he's 28? It's an autobiography.
It's not an autobiography actually.
Okay.
That's why. I mean, I've been asked for about 3 or 4 years to do a book, and I kept saying no because of that fact. You know what I mean? But I said I don't want to do a biography because I don't feel I've had that experience that much yet. But the last sort of 5, 6 years of my life, how I was before the X Factor, the turn of events that happened to me, where I was in my life at that point, and then to the highs of getting through the X Factor, and obviously the experiences I've had during this industry. Because I've been around for 3 years now. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but
it's like a photographic.
yeah, it's got
journal,
pictures in it. Of course, it has. But I feel it's a really good story. I actually did an audio version of it as well, which people can get as well. Which I actually sat there for 2 or 3 hours. I haven't read a book for ages. I actually read my own book.
There was a time though. It's called Happy Days, but you weren't happy for a bit, were you?
There was a moment last year, and I think because I just started my new job on the Extra Factor, and I was really nervous about doing live TV.
You're very good at it, by the way.
And I was so nervous about the pressure of it, and all the anxieties and everything I was worried about. And then obviously I had my music coming out at the same time, and I was really worried because I was so excited about my music, so excited about the TV, but I didn't want my fans or anyone that liked me to then say I prefer him as a presenter. I don't like his music, or and that really made me worry. And also, if I did a really bad job on the Extra Factor, then that might affect my music.
It's a
and
gamble.
all these worries, and I kind of lost my personality for about a month.
Did you not think that to have a string and to everybody you need to do everything? So why not do presenting? Why not do?
I couldn't wait to do it. I was just so nervous about it, both doing the jobs and they're very, very high pressured as well.
Do you think it's because it all came at once so quickly? You'd only really just been launched on the nation in a way.
You've got to remember, well, I was, for 25 years I was a call centre worker, I was working, in normal jobs that, that I was so used to, and all of a sudden I'm catapulted onto TV in front of 20 million people, and it's a massive change. And so to only have that low point in my career, I'm quite happy really, because I mean, if you look at pop stars and singers, I mean, and people in this industry, they've had loads of
Well, it's quite a lonely career, really, because although, you know, you're standing on stage, you're performing, and you're getting all this adulation, where do you go from that? 9 times out of 10, it's back to an empty hotel room, and it must be quite sad, really.
Empty?
Sometimes. 50 Shades of Murs is next year. But no, yeah, I mean, of course it is a lonely place at times, but I've got great friends around me, and I've got a great team around me, and you know, whenever I get, someone's still laughing, whenever I always get home, I leave London as quick as I can, get out to Essex,
see my mum and dad,
see my family, and you know, they keep me grounded. But yeah, I had a low point at the end of, you know, the start of last year, well, end of last year, about this time actually, before I started the live shows of the X Factor, and then it was really funny, but once I then started the X Factor, I was fine, because then I knew, because of the response on Twitter and the feedback from all you lovely people was
we
great.
have to ask you, Olly, about all this stuff that's gone on with the X Factor. I know you don't probably want to,
it's fine, go on.
But what do you think? I mean, because I was so cross with the whole thing, watching it. And
it was tricky. I mean, from where me and Caroline watched it from side of stage, it was just like, it was just crazy. All I could hear was Dermot going, "Just give me the answer, Louis!"
Louis in such disdain. What was that all about? You wanted to smack him.
I was just giving names.
He was going, who should I pick? Who should I pick?
Well, I think he's just face like this, wasn't it? I don't know.
More or less crying.
It almost felt like he didn't know the names. What is
And then Gary got up and stormed off, allegedly.
I mean, it was really. I mean, Gary, you know, he's just so passionate about the show. He's so passionate about music, as we all know. And I think Carolynne, you know, he could see what she could bring to the show. And I think, I mean, you got to watch. I mean, you remember you guys seen the auditions and boot camp, and you know, Gary's always been so adamant. He hasn't liked Ryland at all. So I think he was really annoyed. And I think obviously the fact that Louis took so long, and it was. I mean.
Do you think it's a singing competition or a personality competition?
Well, I mean,
it's a competition between the judges.
I think, to be honest, I mean,
and Louis building his part.
True.
It is.
But I think on the show when I was on it, you know, I was the entertainer of the group, and I was the cheeky chappy, and then you had the Joes and Joe and Stacey were the big singers, and I think every year you have the Kitties, you have the the Jedwoods, you have the Wagners, and Ryan is that kind of character. He's always going to be Marmite. But
there's room for everyone.
I think, but then
Olly, forget about them.
Let's talk about you.
Your album.
I know I've got an album coming out on the 26th, which I'm excited. Right place, right time.
And Troublemaker, your single.
Troublemaker's my new single.
What's all that about? This isn't about empty hotel rooms, I hope.
I think we all have troublemakers in our life at some point, and I wrote this really cool song about it. It's got like a Maroon 5, Jamiroquai, me mixed in with it, and then a bit of Flow Ride sprinkled on top. And
wow!
There you go. So of course we'll be doing that on the X Factor in the next couple of months.
Good.
And yeah, I'm just really excited about the next few months and Christmas.
Well, good. Do you know, you're very good at what you do, Olly Murs.
Thank you
You'll be
very
all right.
much.
You'll be all right.
So.
Olly